Hey, good morning, everybody. This is Dr. Joel Templeton here at Spinal Rehab of North County. Today is Thursday, June 25th. It's been a couple weeks since I've done a video. Wanted to shoot a little video just to send it out to everybody. First, the title of this video are two things that you can do to help slow the spread of COVID-19 and to protect yourself. The first one I'm going to talk about is something that for some reason is a very hot button emotional issue, and that is the topic of wearing a mask in public. Uh, as I have personally began to see more and more research out there, and I try to read at least one or two things a day on the topic of COVID-19 to keep myself abreast of all the information that's there, the more I come to feel that wearing a mask in public can really help to slow the spread. State of Utah, the Department of Health in Utah has said that if we can get 60% of the public to comply to wear a mask in public, then it would slow the spread from less than 1 to 1. Meaning, if one person's sick, then and they're wearing a mask and everybody's wearing a mask, then they will most likely get less than one person sick from that. But if we're not wearing masks, then that could be 1 to 2 or 1 to 3 potentially getting sick. And so, you know, and it can definitely make a huge difference. All of us have family members in our lives who are older. My mom is 79, and she's in that high risk category. And so, just the simple fact of if I wear a mask, that when I see her, that I can help to protect her, is a reason that I should be doing that. The fact that I see 40 to 45 people in my office a day, ranging demographic from young to old, that I should be doing everything in my power to protect them. And if that means I should wear a mask when I treat them, which we do, or I should wear a mask when I go to the store, I will start doing that. I haven't been doing that. To be honest with you, I've kind of been a little rebellious. It seems like a lot of people in Utah don't like to have the government tell you what to do. And I'm in that same boat. I don't like people to say, hey, you need to do this. I don't want a mandate, right? I don't want to have to be mandated to do something. But if it's encouraged and the research and the statistics show that it can help, then why would we not want to do that? The other statistic that I read, and I'm going to shoot from the hip on this one, I don't have the exact number, but it did show that states that have a mandated mask, to wear a mask, if the mandate is there to wear a mask, that they have actually shown a decrease in the number of COVID cases over the last 60 days. Whereas states that haven't mandated it, like Utah, like Florida, like some of these other ones, are seeing increases every day, which is kind of what we're seeing. If everybody's watching what's going on, you're going to see it. So I encourage you to wear a mask. One of the things I'm going to encourage in this email that I'm going to send with this video is I would like all of my patients to wear a mask when they come to the office. So I'm not going to mandate it. If you don't want to, that's fine. My staff will continue to wear it. But if there's other people in the office, we would hope that you would help and do your part and just wear a mask when you're here in the office. So the second thing is a study that I read. I've been reading a lot on this, and it is how you can actually prevent COVID-19, and actually, if you do happen to get it, how you can make sure that the potential for severe symptoms is much less. And the study that I had read was about vitamin D. I'm not sure if everybody knows what vitamin D is. Vitamin D is actually one vitamin that is produced naturally in your body. It's produced in your skin. It's produced when you're in the sun. Problem is most of us aren't in the sun enough, and you need to have full body exposure to the sun to get enough vitamin D to be produced when you're in the sun. The other thing is actually when you apply sunscreen on your face and your skin, it actually reduces your body's ability to produce vitamin D. So here's what the study showed, and I'm gonna attach it here in the link in the videos. This study, I'm gonna attach it to the email. I'm going to put it where you can read it. It's about a 40-page read, but it's actually really easy to read. There's a lot of graphs, and it will really hopefully open your eyes. But what it showed is that people that have high vitamin D levels. And if you can get your vitamin D levels, the only way to test vitamin D is through blood work, but if your vitamin D levels are high, and when I say high, it's usually above like 30 to 40, well, hopefully I can get it right. It is 30 to 40 nanograms per milliliter. And so if you can get the vitamin D levels above that, then what it actually has shown is that it will actually, if you do get COVID, that the likelihood is that the case will be very mild. There's another part of that that showed that they went and tested people that had COVID, and that those that had vitamin D levels above like 30, 33, 34 nanograms per milliliter, the death rate was almost zero. Okay. Well, here's what's interesting is typically when people's nutritional levels are low, vitamin D is not high. It actually, people that are of different color skin, Hispanic, African American, their bodies, because of the melanin in the skin, their bodies don't produce vitamin D, so their vitamin D levels are lower than others. And then elderly, the older you get, the less your body produces vitamin D. So elderly are almost very, very deficient in vitamin D. And so, so if you have a family member that's elderly, if you are, older than 35 or 40, you need to be supplementing with vitamin D. And in my estimation, if you want to come and talk to me personally, I can give you some exact guidance on how much to take, because there's kind of a stair step type of thing that I would recommend if you haven't been taking it, and depending upon your age. But if you take vitamin D, what the research shows is that you can do a lot in helping to prevent severe symptoms of COVID and actually prevent death. And so not only would I recommend it for you, but if you have family members that are older, if you have family members that are high risk, you need to make sure that they are doing vitamin D, that they're taking vitamin D, because what it shows is that it can be very, very beneficial in helping to prevent COVID-19. So those are a couple thoughts for the day, a couple things that we can each do that are simple, that we can do to help prevent the spread, can help us in protecting ourselves and our family. Wearing a mask, taking vitamin D. So I would encourage you all to do that, and let's keep this fight going. I coach football. I coach it'll be an 8th grade team this year. I have a 3rd grader that plays football. I have a daughter that's playing college volleyball. The worst thing I would hate to have happen is to see my daughter's season get postponed or delayed or even not played because of what's going on. And if we can do something to help prevent the spread and slow the spread, why would we not want to do that? I would hate to see my boys' football seasons get delayed, not played. These things only happen once in their life. My 8th grader is only an 8th grader for 1 year. He only gets one opportunity to play 8th grade football. And so I would hate to see that opportunity gone because we just feel like maybe we know more, or we just don't feel like what's being asked of us is constitutional or whatever it might be. If it helps, let's do it. So have a great day. Have a great weekend. Get out, get in the sun, get some natural vitamin D. Should be a beautiful weekend. If you'd like to talk more about it, please call and let's sit down and chat.